Jana Dugger met wife Maddie via Instagram. Did the family approve this courtship? It's been a while since Duggar News followers got to catch up with the Duggar family through their TV shows. TLC had to cancel them after their scandals caused havoc in the nation. But over the years, they had gotten familiar with their way of living and their strict IBLP norms, which are very gendered. There were strict courting rules in the family as well. But over the years, many siblings stopped adhering to all the norms. Many also began to question and tweak what their religion meant to them. It seems like Jana and Jana Dugger were some of them. In an interview, Jana revealed how he ended up meeting his now wife Maddie and the plans he had for his sister Jana to seek a partner. Duggar News followers know that most of the siblings are already married and settling down. Jana Dugger became the recent one to follow this path. This year, he finally shared pictures with a woman and let viewers know there was someone in his life. After seeing how close they were in pictures, fans began to question if he was courting her or dating her. Well, Duggars follow strict IBLP norms. Within it, they are prohibited from being physically affectionate with their partners before marriage. Even after their engagement, they are only allowed to hug each other during the courting period. So, viewers were in shock when Jana announced that he instead dated Maddie Grace and didn't court her. In fact, he revealed how he ended up meeting her and also wanted her sister Jana to do the same. Jana Dugger has recently said "I do" to his bride, Maddie Grace. They were dating for almost a year before they decided to tie the knot. He never really shared details about how he met his partner until recently. While Duggar News followers were assuming he did so through his church and courted her, that wasn't the case. Jana instead sent Maddie a request on Instagram. He revealed how he spotted Maddie in the Instagram suggestion section. That's how he sent her a request, and the both of them hit it off until they began to date and tied the knot a year later. It turns out, Jana also suggested his elder sister Jana to go down the same route. She tied the knot before Jana and did so at 34. Her younger brother had hoped she would find a man in the same way he met Maddie. But Jana ended up having her happily ever after with her old boyfriend Stephen Wisman. They had broken up in 2020 but reconciled in the beginning of 2024 and decided to marry in August of this month. Many fans have thought Jana would stay single for her life. She was the oldest Duggar to remain unmarried. The Counting on Alum also said in one of her interviews that she's fine with living a single life. Some people also believed Jim Bob and Michelle wanted her to be the family's caretaker, especially for her younger siblings. But many were surprised when she announced that she married Stephen in Prairie Grove, Arkansas. Jana also had an interview after marrying Maddie Grace. But what caught the attention of many was when the Counting on Alum shared what he told Jana when he was still courting her. According to Jana, he scrolled on social media to look for his significant other and said the same thing about his oldest sister. He added that it was some kind of dare, that he'd still find the right person, and Jana would too. I was talking with Jana. I was telling her. I was like, listen, Jana, you got to put yourself out there if you want to find a guy. So I was like, look, listen, I'm going to hop on here just to find someone, just to show you that I can do it, he added. But despite Jana's advice, it seems Jana focused on her longtime friend, Stephen, who was reportedly linked with her back in 2020. Over the past few weeks, Jana has been documenting her new life with Stephen. The Counting on Alum often uploads YouTube vlogs featuring the renovation of her Nebraska fixer-upper. Members of the Duggar family have also been helping the newlyweds with the renovation. Jana Dugger is starting to share videos from her courtship journey with Stephen as well. She even promised her followers that her next vlog would showcase her bachelorette trip. Jill Duggar and Derek Dillard experienced the loss of their daughter, Isla Marie Dillard, earlier this year. The former Counting on star was in her second trimester when their baby girl was born. They had not yet announced that she was expecting again, and in the aftermath, Jill shared her bump photos and other memories she had kept to herself before the couple told the world. Recently, the couple did a family photo shoot to capture them in their element, the outdoors. While Jill only shared 3 photos from the shoot, the ones she chose led to speculation the former reality TV star may be expecting again. Is another Dillard baby on the way for Jill and Derek? Instagram lit up when Jana Dugger shared the carousel of images from her photo shoot. The shots covered up any view of Jill's belly. If she is expecting again, she may be showing early, which is typical with the more pregnancies you carry. From the one where the family is walking away from the camera to the one with just Jill and Derek Dillard gazing into each other's eyes, it seems Jill could be wearing a maternity dress. In the other photo, the boys are positioned perfectly to cover their mom in a circle as they enjoy family time. Followers noticed too. One wrote, "Yes, pregnant." Another said, "Are you hiding something?" Naturally, others scolded the speculation, as Jill had just lost her daughter earlier this year. We predicted a Duggar baby boom would happen in 2025, which seems to be coming. Caitlin Nakatsu and Jedidiah Duggar are expecting twin girls in January 2025. They announced their big news earlier this year. Recently, Jana Dugger announced she was expecting her 3rd child with her husband, Jeremy Vulo. They have teased a gender reveal is coming and heavily hinting they could be having a baby boy. There are 2 newlywed couples too. Jana Dugger married Stephen Wisman in August. The couple welcoming a baby in 2025 would be on brand for the Duggars. Earlier this month, Jason Duggar married Maddie Grace Jones. It's expected that he will start a family right away, as did his older brothers, Jeremiah and Jedidiah. Jill did not respond to the speculation, but if she is pregnant, an announcement will come when she is ready to share the news. Joy-Anna Forsyth, née Duggar, known from her childhood on TLC's 19 Kids and Counting, now has a family of her own with her husband Austin Forsyth and their 3 children, Gideon, Evelyn, and Gunnar. Recently, she spoke candidly about her experience with postpartum depression during an episode of the Unplanned podcast. Joy-Anna revealed that after giving birth to her youngest child, Gunnar, she faced one of the hardest periods of her life. "It was like the darkest time of my life," she shared emotionally. Her struggle with postpartum depression wasn't new. She described similar feelings after her first child, Gideon, but noted that it was most intense after Gunnar's birth. She recalled feeling in a fog for 6 months after Gideon was born, and while her experience after Evelyn's birth was milder, she still faced challenges. The severity of her postpartum depression after Gunnar, she believes, stemmed from not taking proper care of herself during her pregnancy. "I wasn't getting the right food, vitamins, or rest," Joy-Anna admitted. Beyond physical changes, she also faced relational and spiritual struggles as her siblings, Jana Dugger Vulo and Jana Dugger Dillard, published books that led her to question her upbringing and faith. Initially, Joy-Anna felt fine post-birth, but 2.5 months later, everything changed. She said, "I would wish that on no mom, but I know a lot of moms go through it." For months, she struggled to get out of bed and manage daily responsibilities, feeling overwhelmed by spiritual doubts. Despite the struggle, she decided to seek help. "I finally got to a point where I was like, I'm not doing good. I'm struggling," she shared. Her doctor suggested medication, but Joy-Anna chose to start with prescription-strength vitamins after blood work indicated a deficiency. With support from her husband, who prepared meals and ensured she had proper nutrition, she began making lifestyle changes. Recognizing the importance of mental health, Joy-Anna also decided to stop breastfeeding Gunnar for her well-being. "At 6 months postpartum, I knew it was better for my mental health to stop." The change, along with healthier eating and physical activity, led to a significant improvement. Joy-Anna also found strength through connection, seeking guidance from a Christian counselor and bonding with other moms facing similar struggles. A fellow mom at her church encouraged her to seek help, which she now wishes she had done sooner. Reflecting on her journey, Joanna shared, "I was fighting for months to feel better, but I wouldn't change that season for anything. I've grown so much." Above all else, the Duggars have always been known for having a large family. Over the course of their TLC reality series and specials, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar have made their stance against birth control clear, and that led them to having 19 children. And now, daughter Jana Dugger is opening up about how she once believed she'd have as many kids as possible herself, and why her plans have changed. While talking with husband and co-host Jeremy Volo, Jana told Jeremy that, when she was younger, she definitely thought she'd have a huge family the way her parents did. "I think whenever I was super young, I thought that was just what I was gonna have," she admitted. "If you get married at a young age, then you'll just have as many kids as possible." Jana was just weeks away from turning 23 when she and Jeremy tied the knot in 2016. "If you're married, you're gonna have as many kids as you can until you can't have kids anymore, and so I thought I probably would have a ton of kids," she said. That was the line of thinking her parents seemed to follow. So why wouldn't Jana imagine that her own life would take the same course? Realizing that children are a blessing from the Lord, that is true, and we value children because God does, she said. Even though she acknowledged that she realized she did believe that children are a gift from God, it doesn't mean that we have to have as many as we can. So far, it appears Jana isn't the only one in her family who has come to that realization. Her sisters appear to be having smaller families too. And of course, that number is going to be different for everyone. It's like, I don't want to, feel the pressure of having to have that many kids, Jana shared on the podcast. But then at the same time, it's also just enjoying the children you have, and then seeing like, okay, where would God lead us? They announced the news last week, though Jana did mention in an interview with People that this baby could end up being her last. "I mean, I felt like I was set with 2, but I don't know. 3 was kind of what we had always said was a really good number," she said. "So 3 or 4, I don't know. But I think 3 is what I'm leaning towards right now." Jana Dugger really surprised everyone as soon as she made her comeback in the social media world. After all that her family went through since Josh Duggar's scandals, Duggar News followers knew that she was on a break. But when she came back from her hiatus, she brought along a lot of surprises. One of them was a tour of her tiny fixer-upper one back home. Then, Jana also hinted at her engagement when viewers spotted a huge ring on her finger. But without confirming anything, she instantly shared pictures of her wedding, which was merely a few weeks later. She got back together with her old boyfriend, Stephen Wisman, and they tied the knot. Now, the couple is dedicated to building their new home together. They recently showed off some renovations from their kitchen. Take a look. Just like most of her siblings, Jana Dugger also lived most of her life in Arkansas. She stayed at her parents' compound as she didn't decide to marry young. Duggar News followers know she got her happily ever after at 34 when she finally tied the knot in August 25 with Stephen Wisman at a grand wedding with over 500 guests. Since then, Jana has gone through a lot of changes. Jana and Stephen are now living in Arkansas. Both of them are ready to build their lives together. She has used her YouTube vlogs to flaunt the fixer-upper mansion they are currently renovating. Both of their families step in to help around. Jana had once recorded her father and brother sending her material from Arkansas to Nebraska for the revamp, and fans are eager to see how they will pull the project off. Longtime Duggar News followers must know that Jim Bob comes from the real estate field, and many of his kids are contractors. Hence, it's quite common for the Duggars to be good at revamping properties. Well, Jana is also one of them. It looks like her husband, Stephen Wisman, also has experience in this department. So, in her new YouTube video, she captured this journey. As Jana and Stephen are trying to make their fixer-upper home habitual, they are in the middle of giving it a new look. They worked on their kitchen from scratch. In the video, the couple installed cabinets together and showed off their make-do substitute kitchen with minimal utensils until the final one got ready. Jana happily spoke about being in her element. That's because broadening her skills and picking up challenges like these would help her in feeling so. She feels all the hard work is going to be extra rewarding, as it is indeed special that the star and Stephen are building their house together. Viewers also agreed to this and complimented the star.